Well, well, well. Guess who's back? Hey, stop with the jokes, man. Let's get to the serious stuff. Now, today marks the first day of the third week of the MPL regular season, and that means we're already halfway through. We've seen so many things in the past few weeks. We've seen the champions suffering in performance, while the dark horses rise from the shadows. But for this weekend, let's see what all of these teams can bring to the table. Friday's matches were super exciting for me, not because of the strength or weaknesses of these teams, but the story that comes with them. For our first matchup, we had Bigetron SG against EVOS SG. Now keep in mind that both of these teams have already faced off with Flash Tyrants, with EVOS SG winning a clean 2-0 fight, while Bigetron SG suffered a loss of 1-2. Bigetron SG was fighting to prove that even after a rough start, there is still a glimpse of hope, while EVOS SG was fighting to ascertain their win streak and domination. Their second matchup brought some feels to all the viewers. This is where the brother teams of AirAsia Saiyan and Saiyan Reborn met. Don't forget, however, this is a battleground, and when you step into the Celestial Palace, all eyes are on the prize. Now listen on to find out how these stories unfold. Now that Claude is available for picks and bans, we saw EVOS SG use this to their advantage and steal him away for their first game. Bigetron SG looked like they had the upper hand with the amount of damage from top-tier assassins like Lancelot and Gushin, while EVOS SG took the crowd control approach with Bane and Vexana. EVOS SG tried to apply their traditional tower dive and pressure strategy. However, Bigetron SG, already aware of the situation, used this to their advantage to pick some kills. Bigetron SG winning the early game makes a silly mistake of thinking they can apply the same pressure. EVOS SG, known for being super fast in clearing lanes and turrets, just put 100% pressure and rolled their way to victory, finishing the match in 8 minutes.
Game kita yang pertama. Dan juga kita nampak WKXD masuk balik ke dalam, tapi dia guna smash sebelum ini, so hanya dapat 4 orang saja. Sena tidak dapat buat apa-apa dan dia seorang saja tinggal. Game pertama diberikan kepada Bigetron dengan hanya 8 minit plus.
EVOS 1-0 sekarang ini. Bigetron apa yang...
I have no words to describe this game. EVOS SG pulling out their best weapon, Kolia's Diggy, giving them 3 crowd control heroes this time, putting fears into the hearts of their enemies. Bigetron SG drafting heroes that were already out of meta, such as Yishan Shin and Kagura, and were heavily punished for doing so. With an inferior team fight lineup and rotation mechanics, EVOS SG dominated the early game. With Jason Ko being the only player in Bigetron SG who had a slight amount of control, he managed to cause a little bit of a trouble for EVOS SG with his decently farmed split-pushing Hayabusa. However, similar to the first game, Bigetron SG players were taking battles when they shouldn't, and a team wipe went an easy 2-0 for EVOS SG. As for the playstyle, I can only say one thing: a good defense is a great offense.
Bigetron SG tertangkap dan dibunuh serta-merta.
Dan hanya Hayabusa saja yang tertinggal sekarang ini untuk defend.
Dia nak buka ultimate ke tak?
Adakah?
Jason, tapi tak sempat. Dia cuba melarikan diri dan tower tu akan jatuh. Dia ada ultimate lagi, tapi sayangnya dah habis 2-0. EVOS eSports SG menghancurkan Bigetron SG. Bane sempat mati apabila base dia mati.
Tak apa, aku mati tak apa, kita menang. Jangan risau di situ.
Dia dah mati sama.
Match yang pertama telah dimenangi oleh EVOS di antara dengan Bigetron 2-0 di situ.
Now onto a game where you can actually take a breath and get some popcorn, as the pace is a lot more stable compared to the last match. This is where the brothers finally meet and stand off. The favorites AirAsia Saiyan and the underdogs Saiyan Reborn. To everyone's surprise, the entire game was in the hands of Saiyan Reborn, starting with the early game advantage in kills, following up with the perfect objective game execution. This is surprising because Saiyan Reborn opted for an all-melee draft, something we don't see that often, but the risk was well rewarded. AirAsia Saiyan, without their star player King Plado, simply had no answer to the aggression of Saiyan Reborn. Losing team fight after team fight, Saiyan Reborn didn't even meet the Lord when they marched into the uncontested base.
Tengah tidur sekarang ini mungkin adalah ini semestinya adalah penghujung bagi match pertama di antara AirAsia Saiyan dan Saiyan Reborn. 1 point diberikan kepada Saiyan Reborn.
Itu baru game yang close.
With a point down in the series, AirAsia Saiyan decided to fill in their star player, King Fredo, for the second game. Perhaps a little cocky after winning the first game, Saiyan Reborn made a few bold moves in the draft phase, allowing AirAsia Saiyan to pick up several top-tier heroes like Selena, Jawhead, and Chow. This proved to be a huge mistake as they have an inferior teamfight lineup and were unable to respond to any sort of engagements. Being always one step ahead in terms of movement and rotation, AirAsia Saiyan easily gained match control over Saiyan Reborn. Soon after the Lord was secured, AirAsia Saiyan closed the match to a result of a draw.
Di kawasan atas, dinding yang cantik. Oh, Allah, tercampak pula Jawhead. Tapi itu bukan dia apa-apa. It was hashtag plan oleh kumpulan AirAsia Saiyan.
Dan aturan top lane telah pun terbuka di sini. Pintu telah terbuka. Hanya Rin sahaja untuk melindungi base sekarang ini. Tambah dengan Silo
tertangkap. Oh my god. Okay, tadi saya cakap apa? Apabila Selena boleh jadi carry, bagus saya akan percaya balik.
The final game of the series saw AirAsia Saiyan dominating right from the start. Perhaps tilted from the previous game, Saiyan Reborn kept on taking unnecessary fights and dying. All three lanes were being pushed, and with the huge gold difference, Saiyan Reborn was unable to put up a decent defense. By the 8th-minute mark, AirAsia Saiyan was able to enter the base of Saiyan Reborn, winning the series with a reverse sweep. That was when AirAsia Saiyan tapped on the shoulders of Saiyan Reborn and said, "Little brother, you've got a lot to learn."
Peluang adalah terlalu rendah.
Agak kecil bagi Saiyan Reborn buat masa ni, dan AirAsia Saiyan akan menghabiskan game ini dengan rush tolak menolak menghalang tapi minion, dan penghujungnya AirAsia Saiyan 2-1 dengan Saiyan Reborn di situ. Dan inilah yang kita ingin saksikan daripada penggunaan Cloud.
Yep.
So that is how our story unfolded. The biggest change we have noticed in the standings since the beginning of the regular season is how EVOS SG managed to pull themselves up from the bottom to the top. Because they started from the bottom, now they're here.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
On the other hand, Bigatron actually seems to be living in the past, not truly adapting to the new meta or the stronger teams. Now, the upcoming matches for this Saturday are going to be Saiyan Reborn and Born Your Dragon FV, the battle between the new kids from the block. Whereas the second match is a battle between the King of Pirates and the pilots from the sky. Reown World will be striving to achieve their first win against the almighty AirAsia Saiyan.